university is a big choice. Let's make it easy for you. We're going to tell you what makes Wolverhampton so special. 6 things in 60 seconds. Let's go. At Wolverhampton, you're our priority. Big statement, but you really are at the heart of what we do. We'll give you a first-class education and support you every step of the way. That starts with providing you with choice. We're experts in the old, the new, and the fields that make a difference. It's why the historians, engineers, and nurses of the future choose us. And in our classrooms are some of the best academics. Teachers, researchers, explorers, and authors, each with their unique tale to tell. Our campuses are pretty cool too, filled with state-of-the-art kit and great spaces to study. But it's not all work. You'll never be short of places to go, things to do, or people to see, because we're bang in the heart of the UK. And when the time comes for you to leave us, you'll be equipped with the skills you need to succeed, whatever your ambitions. And that's what makes us special. What we do is about you in 60 seconds.
Hello, and welcome to our open day here at the University of Wolverhampton, the University of Opportunity. My name is Jeff Layer and I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the University, and it's a great pleasure to welcome you here today. So thank you for coming along to the open day.
Good morning, welcome to the Open Day live here at the University of Wolverhampton. Thanks so much for joining us. Over the next couple of hours, we're going to give you an idea of what life is like at the University of Wolverhampton and help you make those steps towards applying for a course with us here at the university. You join me today at the Warsaw Campus, which is a different location to where we've held our other open days this year. I'm currently in the fantastic Performance Hub building, which is at the heart of the performing arts courses at the university. An £18 million, 4-storey building of some of the best arts and performing arts facilities that you can find in the UK. We're really grateful to be here today and we look forward to bringing you the next couple of hours of information from this fantastic building. Throughout the day, you'll find all the information that you need on wlv.ac.uk/Open Day Live, and from there you can jump into many of the Zoom sessions that are running for the various courses, various areas of the university. Any questions that you need answered, you'll be able to find ways to get those questions answered through that web page as well. As I say, we are at the Warsaw Campus today and we're in the fantastic Performance Hub building, and we're now going to join Dr. Sarah Brown, who's going to give us a little bit of an insight into what life is like at the Performance Hub at the Warsaw Campus. We're just going to line that video up, so while we're here, we'll talk about the Performance Hub a little bit more while we line up that video. The Performance Hub was opened in 2012 and the building has been at the heart of the performing arts operation since then. The theatre space on the ground floor hosts about 100 people, and as I said, we're now going to pass over to Dr. Sarah Brown, who's going to give us a better idea of the building and the facilities that you can find here at the Performance Hub. We appear to be having a few gremlins in the system this morning. Just while we're sorting those out, I'll keep talking to you about this fantastic building. It's a really dynamic space, and if you're a performing arts student and you're studying here at the Warsaw Campus, you have all the facilities that you'll need. 2 fantastic recording studios which replicate the kind of recording studio you'd find in industry, dance studios, drama studios, rehearsal spaces, teaching environments that really help the performing arts students to find their own voice within the performing arts courses. I think we're ready for the video now, so I'm going to pass over to Sarah Brown, who's going to tell us a little bit more about this fantastic building.
The School of Performing Arts is a very exciting place to work and study. We offer a range of courses in music and music education, dance or dance science, drama or drama with QTS, popular music, acting, music technology, sound production and musical theatre. We welcome undergraduate, postgraduate and research students.
The building is absolutely fantastic. The floors, that's what attracted me to here, spring floors. You never hurt your feet in dance.
It's a fully Steinway school. We've got dance studios, drama studios.
You've got all of the recording studios upstairs.
You have the black box theatre, you have plenty of rooms that you can book out and there's always space for everyone.
We have SSL consoles, which are a world-leading manufacturer in mixing consoles. We have the Mac Lab.
Being part of the university and all the bands that it offers, it helps me to get that performing experience.
I never used to sing, I was never in a choir, and now I'm singing 2 choirs. It boosts your confidence massively.
I have been really pushed out of my comfort zones and found like new ways of exploring movements.
One of our key selling points is the breadth of subjects that we study within dance and the wider arts.
Students devise theatre, so they get an opportunity to do things like cabaret shows, physical theatre shows, and a whole range of different modes of performance.
We're bringing together lots of different strands of musicians, not just pop musicians, but technologists, classical musicians, and people from the wider arts. And that's a really big selling point for what we do.
The level of teaching with the teaching staff, the experience that they bring forward, and they're all active members of their research and their practical field. That was a big selling point for me.
We work with lots of regional, national and international partners, composers, theatre directors, choreographers. We bring them here into the Performance Hub to work with our students, or our students go out on placement to work in lots of different contexts. They get to perform in the Black Box Theatre here in the Performance Hub, out in
The gremlins don't seem to have left us just yet, so we're going to leave that video there. The Performance Hub, as you've seen from the video already, is a really dynamic building, and if you are a student who's interested in the performing arts courses, it'll give you a real insight into how the industry works. You'll be able to work in the kind of spaces that you'll be working in when you get out into industry, and the employability from that course is incredibly high. We're going to continue our morning looking at various courses throughout the university and answering a number of questions. I'm going to be joined in the studio in a short while by 2 of our student ambassadors who will give a real insight into life at the university. We're also going to be joining a number of alumni and other colleagues and academics from the university throughout the morning who will be able to give you an insight into life at the university. A reminder that you can find us at wlv.ac.uk/OpenDayLive, and at that page you can find access to a range of information, question and answer sessions, Zoom sessions where you can join various academics across the university campuses to talk about specific courses, specific interests you may have, or to answer any questions you have about the University of Wolverhampton and how you would go through to apply. We're also going to be talking today about clearing, about how you apply to university through clearing, and also look at areas such as accommodation, facilities, areas that may be of interest. As we're on the Warsaw campus today as well, we have a particular focus on sport. The sports facilities at the University of Wolverhampton's Warsaw campus are second to none, and as a sports student, a really fantastic range of facilities and equipment that you have access to at the Warsaw campus. The campus here is based for sport, performing arts, also nursing and education have bases here at the Walsall campus. We are, throughout the morning, there are many people at hand through the website to answer your questions. So at any point, if you want to jump out of this video, jump into another video, find some information, you have questions that you ask, if you go to wlv.ac.uk/OpenDayLive, you'll find all the links that you need. And that page is live this morning, but also beyond today if you want to come back at a later date and find that information that you need as you make your decisions about applying for a course here at the University of Wolverhampton. I am now joined by our student ambassadors, Stephen and Hannah, who are here with me for the morning. You tell me a little bit about what being a student ambassador is and what that role entails.
Usually with student ambassador, we're the first people potentially they might see on campus. We direct them around
whatever campus it might be, the City Campus, Walsall Campus, Telford Campus or Springfield Campus. I personally do the campus tours, but we could just be signposting, directing, answering any questions that they might have. Fantastic. Let's talk about the two of you because we're going to spend quite a lot of time with you this morning. What course do you study, Stephen?
So I study Applied Biomedical Science, the degree course, and I'm third year.
Fantastic. Hannah, good morning. Good to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
So I'm a fine art student in my final year.
Fantastic. And you're very easy to find student ambassadors with these fantastic blue t-shirts. So anybody, when they're on campus and they spot people with the student ambassador merch on, then they know where to find you. Fantastic. Why are you student ambassadors? What was it about the role that excited you and that you wanted to be involved in this process?
For me personally, I've kind of always been a talker, so I like talking to anybody of all ages, so right through from high school, sixth form, all the way up. So I just found the role from the workplace and they were offering it, and because I'd done similar stuff in the past, I thought, you know what, I might as well go for it and apply. So I applied for it in first year and I was lucky enough to get it, and I've basically followed it through for the last 3 years and continued to carry on.
Hannah, how about you?
Well, I wanted to represent my course, being fine art, and be able to talk to people about my experience as an artist, but also as a student.
Fantastic. And we're going to talk to you about a range of your experiences over the next couple of hours. What's fantastic, I think, about having you here is that we're going to be able to give the people at home a real insight, not from the university's perspective, but from the students' perspective, from people who've actually lived it and gone through that experience. We're going to have a look now at the process for clearing and how you can apply to the university through the clearing processes.
Hello, welcome to our open day. Thank you for joining us. If you're interested in a course starting this September, you can apply now if you have the results of your current qualifications. If you're awaiting the results of your current qualifications, you can also apply through clearing, which opens on Monday the 5th of July. Here's a video on some top tips and advice on how you can apply for courses through clearing. Clearing is an admissions process. It's an opportunity for you to apply for a course starting this September at the university. You'll be eligible to apply for a course through clearing if you meet the following criteria. 1, you haven't already applied for a course at university and have decided that you would like to now study this September. 2, you've applied for a course or courses through UCAS already, but you haven't received any offers or you've decided to decline them. Clearing officially opens on Monday the 5th of July. We're here to give you all the information you need to make sure that it's as stress-free and as easy as possible for you.
Step 1, check out our website and look for a course that's of interest to you. Once you've found that course, our friendly clearing advisors are more than happy to help you through the process and also talk to you about whether or not we can make you an offer on your selected course. You can contact us via the following channels. You can call us on our clearing hotline on 01902 518585. You can contact us on our live online chat or also via our social media pages. Step 2. Speak to an advisor to discuss your options. It's incredibly helpful to us and to help speed along the process if you can have available the following information. The courses that you're interested in applying for. Your personal details, including contact details. The details of existing qualifications, including the title and the grades you've achieved. If you've got a UCAS account, we'll also ask you to provide us with your 10-digit UCAS ID number. Please note, our hotline will be busy on results day and you may be put on hold, but please do be patient with us. You will be connected to an advisor as soon as possible. Step 3, receiving an offer through clearing. If you meet the entry requirements of the course that you wish to study, one of our clearing advisors will confirm your offer. As part of the confirmation process, we'll be sending this out to you via email. Your clearing offer will be subject to the following. You applied to us via UCAS. If you've applied through UCAS, then you will be able to add the clearing course you've been made an offer via UCAS track. If you don't have a UCAS account, we'll advise you on the quickest way for you to apply. For some of our part-time and postgraduate courses, you'll be asked to complete a direct application. You may have to sit and pass an interview for some of our courses, including nursing and teaching. You may have to submit a portfolio of work. These could be for our architecture or arts courses, or an audition for our performing arts courses. You may also have to provide evidence of your qualifications. Make sure that you are contactable at all times. We will send you further information by email, but we'll also contact you by phone. Step 5, enrolling onto your course. Once you've met all your conditions and they've all been passed and checked off, then you're free to enrol onto your course on our eVision platform. You can find this at www.wlv.ac.uk/eVision. But be aware, it doesn't open until 6 weeks before your start date. We look forward to having you enrolled and starting on your course very soon.
Our clearing guide gives you all the information you need, including frequently asked questions and a jargon buster. Here is how to get the best out of clearing. Do your research. Research all the courses that we've got available on our website. Use our course finder to see what courses you can apply for. There are a variety of factors to consider when searching for courses in clearing, such as single and joint honour degrees, sandwich year degrees, which is a placement year, and campuses. For example, we have a campus here at Wolverhampton, Warsaw, Telford, and many more. Talk to us. Call our clearing advisors via our clearing hotline and they can discuss with you your clearing application and the next steps that you need to take. Take a look around the campus. You can book on to our campus tours and open days, subject to public health guidance, to find out more. Visit our clearing webpage on www.wlv.ac.uk/clearing to find out more. Don't panic. If you're struggling to understand any of the clearing process, give us a call and we'll be more than happy to help. If you've received a verbal offer through clearing, you will receive an email confirming the details of your offer and what you need to do next. Some of our courses require you to submit a digital portfolio or have an interview. You will also be sent details of this, and this will be required before confirming your offer. You might also want to attend our events and activities, where you can speak to our staff and students about what it's like to study here at the University of Wolverhampton.
You can still apply for student finance if you've applied for a course through clearing. You'll need to contact the relevant student finance organisation, details of which you can see on the screen now. Make sure you have all of your relevant paperwork and contact details which will help to speed up the process. If you've already applied for student finance and have applied for a course through clearing, you'll need to notify student finance of any changes to the course that you're studying, the university you're looking at studying at, or any changes to tuition fees. You can do this by logging into your account online. Once you have your student finance confirmed, you'll need to enrol at the university, and once you've officially enrolled, we will then notify student finance that you have completed that process, which will then trigger your first payment.
We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Fantastic, and thanks to colleagues there for their insight into the clearing process. As I said, clearing opens in a few weeks' time and you'll be able to apply for courses to start in September. Stephen, you went through clearing. Can you give us a little bit of an idea of the experience you had?
Absolutely. Yes, so when I was in high school and did my A-levels, unfortunately didn't get the A-level results that I wanted to originally study the biomedical science course. So I rang up the clearing hotline on a very stressful day to try and work out what I could possibly do. To which I spoke to one of the lecturers who said that instead of doing the BSc Biomedical Science course, I could actually do the HND Biomedical Science course. It also happened that there was an open day for the university coming up in the next couple of weeks, and they advised that I go and speak to the lecturers to validate everything and check that everything was okay. So I went there. It's a really easy process to get through. Just follow the online stuff. Go onto UCAS track, follow all the information there. UCAS has all the information, the uni helped. And then my lecturers were really helpful, as I say, in a very stressful time for me. So they're there to reassure me, make sure my options are still available. And so I did the H&D course. I did a year, and then I'm back. I was on the BSc course as well. So just because you go through clearing, it doesn't mean that it is the end. There are many opportunities. You might still get on the course because certain courses have a similar pathway that you can lead on. So it isn't the end. And although it is the worst day of your life, it won't be in the future.
Fantastic. Was biomedical science always what you wanted to study?
Pretty much. I mean, I've come from a scientist background, so my parents are scientists and I've sort of gone that route. So I was looking around the biology. I was originally looking at like biochemistry from like when I was, say, 16, but then chemistry was a bit too difficult for me, so then I moved on to the biology, so I went into biomedical science instead. Have a couple of experiences in private labs that I really enjoyed, and that sort of led me. So I have, yes, really has always been down the scientist route, and always this course.
Hannah, you're an art student. Which tools did you find most useful when you were applying for university?
So I went through UCAS, applied through UCAS, and then it was just about waiting, really, and finding out whether or not I'd got onto the course.
And with it being an arts course, I assume there was a portfolio element to your application there?
Yeah. We went for a portfolio interview with one of the lecturers. So we talked through my work, what I wanted to do with my practice, what I was interested in.
Fantastic. And in your role as an ambassador, do you get to talk to potential students about coming to the university and how they might engage with courses here?
Often on open days, you see like people coming for portfolio interviews. So as we're going as I'm showing them around, I'll happily answer any questions before they go in.
Fantastic. And similar with you, Stephen, on from a science point of view, potential students who may have ways of contacting you and talking through their potential courses.
Yeah, absolutely. So as with my student ambassador, I do the campus tours, so I do a lot of the lab tours. I'm part of the UniBuddy scheme, so that's the text thing that the students can message from all over the world and come and ask about different types of things. I am also the course rep for my course, so I'm going into third year, so I'll continue that along. So if they don't want to go to a lecture about a particular issue, they can come to me and talk about it, then we go to like the staff briefings and the council meetings and we discuss anything that's going on. So I speak to a variety of people from the different years to try and make their experience better.
Fantastic. Hannah, people who might be considering applying to university, what would be a piece of advice you would give them at this stage?
Well, with the portfolio, add as much as you want about your course. Really try and sell yourself, promote yourself through your portfolio, show your interests. So yeah.
Fantastic. And Stephen, somebody who's looking to apply?
I would say, as the video reflects, don't panic. It is going to be a scary time, but the first weeks, yes, you might be a bit anxious. It's a new experience, but just go with the flow. Just enjoy it. Don't go out buying loads of books all of a sudden. Just go, see what happens, turn up on your first lecture with an open mind, and go from there, and you'll love life.
Fantastic. The information that we mentioned there, you can find on the website, through the clearing pages of the university's website, also on our website today, wlv.ac.uk/OpenDayLive. You can find all the information, the jumping off points for many of the sessions that are happening today, opportunities to talk to academics, to representatives from the various services at the university, and there are chat functions, there are Zoom sessions that you can join, loads and loads of ways that you can get in touch with us today if you have specific questions, worries, queries that you want answering by people here at the university. wlv.ac.uk/OpenDayLive for all of that information. I'm being joined on Zoom now by a graduate of the university, Alex Van. I'm hoping Alex is on the other end of the line. Morning, Alex, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
I cannot hear you at the moment. We're going to see if we can get these sound bugs out of the way. How are we doing? Alex, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
He can hear me. I can't hear him. That's okay. We're going to come back to you in a little while, I think. Alex, we're just going to have a little bit of a look at that. Sit tight. We'll be back with you shortly. Clearing is coming up very soon, and students will be able to join that process. Obviously, over the last year, students won't have been able to come to the campus, won't have been able to see campus life. So I wonder if there is, you could give us a little bit of an insight into what life is like on the campuses at the University of Wolverhampton. Stephen.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm based at City Campus, which is mainly where all the science happens. So there's a large library function there that's open 24 hours that you can go. There's lots of, the social life is really, really good. The SU helps put on a variety of different events, lots of different clubs here and there spread out, which are only a short 10-minute walk from the main City Campus. So it's quite nice that the campus is quite central, so you can spread out to where you need to go to. It's just a nice place that you can chill. We have a Starbucks, which is really important.
Very important. Where are you going to get your coffee from? Very
it has
important.
saved the life of many a student since I've been there. So it's it's really good.
Fantastic.
It's a nice campus.
And Hannah, you're based in the School of Art building, so tell us a little bit about that space.
So the George Wallace building, 7 floors of all art students, so illustration, graphic design and fine art. With my course we have access to the studios, which are amazing. Having your own studio, being able to really express yourself in that space, and adapting to working with others as well, because it's quite a community in the arts building. And being a fine artist, you're able to work within any floors, talk to any technicians.
That's fantastic. We're currently in a period of the year where the degree show is normally happening, where the finalists from the School of Art present their work. Normally that would be a walk-around exhibition. You'd be able to visit the George Wallace building and see the work. Obviously, given the situation at the moment, that's not possible, but on the 25th of June, you'll be able to go to wlv.ac.uk/degree show and watch our virtual degree show, where we're trying to give the students the best opportunity to share their work through digital platforms, so that you can see that as well. We're on the Warsaw Campus today. I don't know how much either of you have experience of the Warsaw Campus, but I had a year working here, and as part of the when the Arena Theatre was part of the School of Art, the Faculty of Arts, we spent quite a lot of time over here as well. Fantastic facilities on this campus as well. A little bit quieter, I suppose, than the Wolverhampton campus. This is not a town centre or city centre university campus at Walsall. It's out in the suburbs of Walsall, so a slightly quieter, a greener space, I suppose, than the city campus. The facilities here are incredible. As we've said today, we're in the fantastic Performance Hub building. We'll be joining my colleague Vicky in a short time over at the sports facilities to give you a tour around those state-of-the-art facilities for sport teaching as well as a number of the nursing and education courses being taught from this campus as well. As the video said at the beginning, huge investment in the campuses at the university over the last few years, both here at Walsall, in City. We will talk later on in the session about the new Marches Centre of Excellence at Telford campus, and you'll be able to see the information about the new centre that we've just opened there. New centres opening all the time, new facilities, new opportunities for learning. The Springfield campus at the city site has also recently opened and has started receiving students in the School of Built Environment, and a brand new building waiting to help you if you are interested in courses around architecture and built environment. You can find out more information about those buildings, those courses, through the website today, wlv.ac.uk/Open Day Live. And that website will stay up today and into the future, so that you can come back at another time. You can watch this stream, and you can also watch any of the videos that you see today in isolation. But for today, during this session this morning, during this live open day, there are Zoom sessions that you can join, chat boxes where you can ask questions. There are a number of academics and professional services staff waiting there to answer your questions. We're going to try and go back to Alex Van now, one of our graduates who should be joining us. And hopefully I can hear you now, Alex.
I can
Excellent.
hear you.
Fantastic, I can hear you. You were a graduate from the Design for Communication course, am I right?
That's right, yes. So I did, well, I call it graphic design. I think it was called visual communications then, but basically it's a graphic design course.
Fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about that course, what it entails, what it looks like?
Yeah, so in actual fact, I did 2 courses at the University of Wolverhampton. I actually did my foundation studies as well, and that was way back in 1992. I came into uni as a mature student, so I'd had some sort of low-paid and unfulfilling jobs, and I decided that I wanted to use my skills in art and design really to get a career. So I sort of came for an interview for the foundation studies, got onto the course, and then I went on to the 3-year degree course doing visual communications. It was quite a conceptual course that I was on. So you could either choose to do like a design for print avenue, or you could be more sort of theoretical, which is the sort of course I did, and also studied film as a minor. So that was really interesting, sort of a different avenue, making videos and films and sort of a really, really interesting degree. Got to travel around quite a lot, lots of exhibitions, and went to London a few times, and also went to Prague on a school trip. So yeah, sort of tried to make the most of my time while I was there, really, which is the advice I'd give to young people now.
I think one of the things that stands out, and we've spent some time this week with the degree show coming up in the School of Art, is the real flexibility in that school about how you study and how you build your own learning experience during your time at the university.
I'd agree with that, and I'd say as well, you probably get a lot of ex-graduates saying it's a time where you can experiment a lot and you have a lot of freedom to express yourself and, you know, try out different ideas and also challenge. So you don't necessarily have to sort of do what you're told to do. You can experiment, you can challenge your lecturers, you can try different things out. There was always a space to do that. And I think when you leave education and enter the world of work, that perhaps you don't have those same freedoms. So again, my advice would be, you know, to sort of use that freedom to your advantage, you know, and sort of get the most out of it. Really try different innovative ideas. And in fact, you know, that way of working can stay with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I think a lot of graduates that we talk to talk about there being sort of a key moment during their time at university, which really is a sort of changes their attitude to life, or to the way they learn, or to the way that they develop. Did you find a moment like that?
There was a few moments like that, really, to be honest. It's hard to talk about all of them, but obviously my work experience was in London, and I always thought that would be where I'd end up, because, you know, a lot of graphic design jobs are in London, or were in London at the time anyway, and there weren't that many opportunities outside of London, so I just thought that's where I would end up. Doing my work experience there, I realised that I didn't really want to work in London. The work experience itself was great, you know, fantastic, but the commuting and the sort of London life wasn't for me. And so that was really important to learn that early on, so that then I could carve out a career in a different location. Other things I would say really sort of impacted were sort of recording your time at uni as well. So I was lucky that I was doing the film course. So in fact, what's happened is I've reconnected with some fellow students recently, and we're talking, you know, sort of 25 years on. And it's great to sort of reconnect with friends that you had at uni. And there's evidence, you know, so I was, and I am, a keen songwriter, so I write a lot of music and perform. And luckily there's videotapes, so we're talking VHS now, which I've been able to digitise, or sort of colleagues at uni have done this for me. And so that's great to be able to look back on that time, and sort of I can then use that material now, you know, so many years on. And the other thing is, my final year, I decided I was going to write a book, and in fact I've got it here, which is all about a cardboard box which is used for all sorts of different things. And there was a workbook as well that went with it. So not realising at the time that this actually created a whole career for me. So I did enter the world of graphics for many years, and then I went into education for many years, and then I've come full circle, and that final year project has now become a career, it's become a business.
It's really fantastic, and obviously people looking at university and what they're going to study, they have a real interest in what their career options will be afterwards. Tell us a little bit more about your company and what it is you do now.
So it's called Real Arts Workshops, it's on my t-shirt there. And we do all sorts of projects with community groups, as well as schools, working with adults. We work with young people as well. We've been able to secure contracts with councils, and doing a lot of work, obviously in the last year virtually. We've been able to reach places like Scotland and Northern Ireland, so it's opened up a whole new avenue for our business. We've got a deaf aspect as well, where the other partner in the business is profoundly deaf, so we both use sign language so we can access deaf communities as well. And yeah, we sort of work all over doing really innovative art workshops, so all sorts of things, so visual arts, 3D work, still using recycled materials, so cardboards and plastics, and really, really interesting work, meeting lots of different people. And I like the idea of having my own business because you make a lot of the decisions yourself. And then going back to university life, doing a degree is quite hard work. You really need to be dedicated and be tenacious. And those are qualities that stand you in good stead, definitely when you graduate. And then also if you did decide to set up a business, you've always got that feeling of, I did that, I did my degree, I achieved that. So look what else I can do, sort of thing.
Fantastic. We're just coming to the end of our time. Can you give one piece of advice to students who may be looking at joining us at the University of Wolverhampton?
I'd say enjoy it. I know it sounds like a glib thing to say, but really enjoy your time. It seems like a long time when you're in it, but now it's like a wink of an eye. This time is really, it goes by so fast. So try and make the most of it. And use those qualities. Join clubs. I mean, I joined the parachuting club society when on my first day when I went to uni, and ended up jumping out of an airplane. And it was a great experience. Conquer your fears. Join all the different clubs that you are interested in. I'd say as well, if you can, move out of home and perhaps have a house share with some fellow students. That's a great learning curve as well. And all these things can stand you in good stead for the rest of your life.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Alex. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. We're going to pass over to the sports department now, and my colleague Vicky, who's going to look after you for the next period of time. But before we do that, let's have a look at the sports facilities at the Warsaw Campus with Olympian Christian Thomas.
Welcome to the University of Wolverhampton's Warsaw Campus. I'm Christian Thomas, Olympic medalist and student here at the university. Let me take you on a tour. Warsaw Sports Centre boasts some fantastic facilities for budding athletes. These facilities include a sports hall and court, a 200-metre sprint track, a brand new 3G football pitch and a state-of-the-art fitness suite. Warsaw Sports Centre is also home to British Judo's Centre of Excellence, and you don't need to be studying sport courses to use these great facilities. If you're interested in working in sport, the university has a great track record of working with professional sport clubs, so loads of opportunities. The William Pennybrook building houses the Institute of Sport and Human Science. Inside, you can find the swimming pool, sports science labs and a cutting-edge health scan facility. The teachers of tomorrow are taught here at the Walsall Campus. You can find the Institute of Education at the Jerome K. Jerome and Samuel Johnson buildings. In these two locations, you'll also find the Faculty of Education, the Health and Wellbeing Student Services, social learning spaces, and also the Boulevard Kitchen, where you can pair up with a hot drink and some lunch. If your aim is to become a healthcare professional, you'll be spending plenty of time in the Sister Dora building, home to the Institute of Health. As well as teaching and learning spaces, you'll practice in specialist skills using simulation labs. University's state-of-the-art performance hub is where you'll be spending your time if you study a course in dance, drama or music. You can tread the boards of the Black Box Theatre, you can rehearse in the studios with Harlequin sprung floors and perform on Steinway pianos in our professional level recording studios. In the Student Union, you can grab a coffee or drink at the bar. You can also use the free cash machine and drop in for any advice or support. Elsewhere on campus, we have the multi-faith prayer room in WC building for every faith to use. If you're planning to live on campus, you'll be happy to hear that Warsaw Student Village has up to 338 ensuite bedrooms. You'll have your own room and bathroom with a shower and share your kitchen dining area with comfy seating and TVs with up to 6 other students. There are another 106 standard rooms located at Galway Hall, and all accommodation is situated right here on campus, making everything walking distance. If you want a change of scenery, you can hop on the university shuttle buses between campuses. Wolverhampton's great transport links means it's an easy way of exploring the rest of the UK too. I hope you enjoyed your tour and look forward to seeing you all soon.
Hello and welcome to the Warsaw Campus Sports Centre, where we're hosting the National Futsal Series Women's Semi-Finals today. So if you can hear a bit more noise and busyness in the background, that's what we've got going on. And that's really what makes this campus so special. There's always something happening. It's a very busy campus and there's always something happening. Today I'm joined by James Dale, who's our Sports and Performance Development Manager. Hello, James.
Hi, Vicky.
So could you tell us a bit more about the facilities we have at the university for sport?
Yeah, the university is blessed with some world-class sports facilities here. As you can see behind me, we've got 3 multifunctioning sports halls that can be set up for a range of sports, predominantly in our focus sports. We also have a FIFA-approved 3G pitch, netball courts, outdoor netball courts, and we have some partnerships with British Judo, with the home of British Judo, so we have a full functioning dojo and a strength and conditioning facility. And we also rely on our partnerships with Warsaw Cricket Club and the Warsaw Rugby Club, where we can access a 3G rugby pitch and outstanding cricket facilities. In terms of physical activity, we also have 2 functioning gyms, one based at Warsaw and one based at our city campus, and we also have another sports hall at our city campus as well. So some great facilities there.
That's great. And have there been any recent developments?
Yeah, so the university are keen to maintain and develop our sports facilities, one of which they've just recently invested £150,000 in a new outdoor netball court facility, so a complete new surfaces, floodlights and outdoor seating. That's one of the sort of only ones in the local and national area that's going to be there, so quite a standout facility. And we've also invested quite a large sum of money in our British Judo facilities, so an extension, which is additional change rooms, a bigger surface area, and much more opportunity for us in Judo.
And what opportunities are there at the university for getting involved in sport?
So the opportunities are quite limitless in terms of what a student can get involved with. If you're interested in sport to make friends, we have a full social programme. If you're interested in representing the university in their sports teams in British University College Sport, you can represent us in there. We have 9 teams that enter across male and female sports. Or we also have a full elite programme where we support students to represent us in national and often international competitions. The other side of it is we have a full sports workforce hub where students can come to us, and alongside their degree they can get qualifications, experience and volunteering across a range of sporting activities, everything from match officiating through to coaching opportunities as well.
And if you are an elite athlete or a sports scholar, what support is there at the university for you?
Yeah, so the university are very keen to support elite athletes. We're currently a TASC registered dual career site, so we support athletes to study alongside performing at a high level. And in doing so, we have a full sports scholarship programme that affords students the opportunity to gain additional funding to help them continue while studying at sport. That means that when it comes to handing in assessments, those students get additional time or help, mentorship, physiotherapy, sports kit, as well as a bursary to help them continue in playing sport and studying.
And what are the benefits beyond keeping fit of getting involved in sport at university?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, there's a lot of health benefits related to being part, including physical activity, mental health. There's a lot of sort of community feel about this campus and the city campus and being involved in sport. So our culture, making friends, the biggest one probably is developing confidence. We find a lot of students come to us and when they leave us are a lot more confident, both with their degree and their outlook for sport and their future careers.
And finally, what makes Wolverhampton stand out for sport? Why is it a great place to be a sports student?
Apart from the outstanding facilities, and the key thing for me is probably the staff. We have a very close network of staff across the Department of Sport, both academic and practical. You'll often see the lectures for students coming out and watching their students play sport, so we have a real personal touch for our students. The other side is the culture. You become part of the university sports programme, so you feel part of something that's quite impactful. And the final thing, you know, a bit cliche, is the University of Opportunity. You can arrive with no qualifications, no experience in terms of a sports sense, and leave with a degree and a host of experience across a large breadth of sport and get a job at the end of it. So yeah, a lot of opportunity there.
That's great, thank you, James.
Thank you.
Next we've got a video of our sports teams in action. Let's take a look. Welcome back. Next, I'm joined by Dr. Richard Metcalfe, who's the Director of the Institute of Human Sciences here at the university. Welcome, Richard.
Good morning, Vicky.
The health benefits of sport are widely recognised, but could you tell us about sport as an academic subject? Why is it important?
Yeah, as you say, Vicky, the health benefits are widely recognised, and I think everyone has seen that quite clearly through the last few years, and that's been really magnified. But sport as an academic subject has existed for an incredibly long time, and we have a range of sports courses at the university that prepare students for a career and graduate level jobs across the sport and physical activity sector, whether that's working in the leisure industries or whether that's working in high performance sport, whether it's teaching or whether it's coaching. So sport as an academic subject has existed for an incredibly long time, and it's more important now than ever.
And what sort of skills does studying sport develop?
James has already spoken about the general skills that playing sport develops, and I think if you study sport as an academic discipline, then those are accelerated, those are magnified, and we see skills through students in terms of their leadership skills that sport teaches people, communication, critical thinking, all of the things on top of the academic understanding that they might gain if they're studying an exercise science course or a sports therapy course and they learn about the industry that they would be joining. There are those generic skills as well that studying for a sports course really does help to accelerate, perhaps more than some other subject areas as well.
And what kind of jobs can graduates of sports studies courses go into?
So a lot of that depends on the nature of the course that they join. We have a number of sports courses at the university ranging from PE and school sport, and you'd expect a lot of our graduates from that course go on to train to teach and become a PE teacher. We also have a football coaching and performance course, and we have a sports coaching course where they move into foundation coaching or perhaps high performance coaching. We've also got exercise science, sports therapy and sports business management. And again, depending on which choices they take in terms of a study choice, will impact directly on which graduate level industry and job they move into once they finish with us.
As we said, we're live from the National Futsal Series, so they're just preparing for their first match. That's probably something to do with that. And why study sport now?
Now's a great time to study sport. In terms of the University of Wolverhampton, we re-accredited our courses about 18 months ago. We've got a brand new curriculum. We've had the first year of that. We've got more students than ever joining our courses, and all of our courses are accredited by industry bodies. So there's a real faith in the course itself to say we prepare our students for a graduate course. Not only that, everything else going on at the moment, everyone is recognising the physical activity, the importance of physical activity and the benefits of sport and how that might over time lead to more roles. But we've also got the Commonwealth Games on our doorstep in 2022 as well. So if you're a student of the Black Country or of the region and thinking about whether now's the right time to study sport, we can see significant growth in the sports industry over the next 3 to 5 years, and we are going to need graduates with the skills to support the growth in that industry.
And can you tell us a bit more about the partnerships that the university has with sporting organisations?
Yeah, partnerships are really important, and I'd encourage any student thinking about studying sport to look at what partnerships there are underpinning the courses that we teach. And at the University of Wolverhampton, we have a number of really excellent partnerships, whether they're the ones that James has already spoken about in terms of our relationship with British Judo as a national governing body on our campus. Very, very few universities in the whole country have partnerships such as that, but also some of our broader regional partnerships. So we have a great partnership lined up with the Sandwell Aquatic Centre that's being built in Smethwick, just down the road from here as part of the Commonwealth Games, and from 2023 onwards our staff, students and community users will be able to access those facilities for their teaching and for participation in swimming or diving if they wish to. So partnerships really do underpin all of our courses. We're not an island, this isn't a theoretical, although there is theory in the course, it's not just a bland theoretical course of study. Partnerships really do bring the courses to life.
And finally, looking to the future, what sort of future plans does the university have for sports?
We've got some really significant plans. Like I said, we've spent the last 3 years rewriting all of our courses. We're going to have more students than ever coming to study sport at the university in September. And we've got some really exciting future plans as well. And we've got some exciting postgraduate provision coming up for students once they finish their course with us. But we've also got some big facility investments that I can't quite announce just yet, but we know they are in the pipeline and coming soon. And James spoke about the opening of our extended judo facilities, the opening of our new netball facilities, the new accredited courses that we have. We've just recently invested in a new climate chamber for our sports labs. We've got a new human movement lab with state-of-the-art 3D motion analysis software in it. We really have spent significant sums over the last few years, both rewriting our courses as well as investing in our sports and teaching facilities. So we're really excited about what's coming up over the next few years, and the timing is just perfect.
The teams are just walking out. So thank you, Richard. Thank you to James earlier. Next, before we hand back to Neil, let's hear from two of our sports graduates, Adam and Neve.
Is Neve DC. I studied physical education as my undergraduate degree at the University of Wolverhampton, and I graduated 3 years ago now, and since then I have also completed my Masters in Education as well as my postgraduate certificate in education as a secondary school PE teacher. I wanted to study physical education at Warsaw Campus as it was close to home. I didn't want to move away from home. I enjoyed where I lived, and I knew that the university would allow me to continue to have that enjoyment as well as meet people as well. I knew it was such a great university for local people and the local culture as well, and I really enjoyed that. I chose to study physical education there because I had looked into the course, I had attended open days previously, and I really enjoyed what I'd heard. I had a few friends that had completed the course in previous years, and it was there was a lot of credit given to the course and the lecturers, so that inspired me to want to do it.
My name's Adam Matthews, and I studied sports studies at the University of Wolverhampton. So I chose to study sports studies mainly because just the broad outlook that the course actually offered. So thinking back to my time going into as an undergraduate, I knew that I wanted to work in sport, but I didn't really know what area that I wanted to focus on. And I think this is common with a lot of people of that age, really. And there's so many different jobs in sport, even more so now. And it's really finding that focus and that area that you want to sort of go through and do your pathway, really. So for me, it was really trying to find a broad course that would sort of narrow down my options a bit further down the line, really. And sports studies sort of offered all of that in one. Several different modules covering a lot of different subjects like physiology, psychology, media, marketing, sociology, sort of all those different facets of sport. And for me at the time, I didn't really know what path I wanted to go down, but a little bit further down the line after doing sort of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, I sort of then knew what I wanted to focus on a little bit further down in my career. So that was one of the main reasons that I chose the course.
My favourite memories would definitely be playing for the women's football team. I think over the 3 years I had an absolutely fantastic time playing as part of the Books Wednesdays team. Thoroughly enjoyed my Wednesday afternoons playing football, and I think that would be my most memorable time there, as well as developing relationships with the lecturers that I know I'm still in touch with, and they help me in my job now. And so having that rapport with them over the years has really been something that I'll always remember. The facilities, I had a real interest in them because I'd been there previously as part of my secondary education myself as a student. And so when I did go there, I knew the facilities that they had. There was the introduction of the new 3G pitch, which was fantastic to be part of as well. And the lecturers themselves were, so knowledgeable, inspiring. They had great subject knowledge and had their own stories of where they came from as secondary PE teachers, which inspired me to want to do that. And since doing the course, I have became a PE teacher, and I would love to go back into higher education in the future after I've had my time in secondary education.
So I'm the Media and Communications Officer at Lord's Cricket Ground at Marylebone Cricket Club. Lord's is owned by MCC. It's a very broad role. I work in the Media and Comms department. I'm the sort of main liaison between the media and the club and the media and the ground as such. We obviously have a lot of major match days during the summer. England play test matches, one-day internationals at Lord's. We've just hosted the Men's World Cup in 2019 and the Women's World Cup final in 2017. So we host a lot of international cricket, and my sort of role in that is actually managing the media and liaising with all different types of media, broadcasters, written media, stakeholders, and ensuring basically that they have access to everything they need at Lord's, both on non-match days and match days themselves. So it's a very busy role, very varied role, and I often get asked what I do in the winter, and I can tell you it's just as busy as the summer.
So I am a secondary physical education teacher at Q3 Academy Langley in Sandwell. I've been a teacher here for 3 years now, and I absolutely love it. So it's something that I will continue to do for the next 10, 20 years anyway.
The course itself, the sports studies course, was a real variety of different parts of sport. And I think for me personally, it sort of, as much as it gave me the opportunity to see what I wanted to do, it also gave me the opportunity to see what I didn't want to do as well. So I think that's really important, that you don't want to be doing things at that stage that you may not want to follow on later in your career. And like I say, thankfully I've been able to sort of follow some of those things through. In terms of lecturers, all really helpful and really passionate about their subjects and really sort of immerse themselves in their sort of areas. I know Kay Biscombe, who's still with the university now in a slightly different area, I think, but She was a big influence on me because she really sort of drove the sort of sociology element of the course, which is something that I sort of picked up on and wanted to follow on a little bit further. And actually that sort of honed my skills in that area, and I then wanted to narrow down that sort of line of study really. So that actually sparked me on to go on to do an MA because that was in that area. But in terms of lecturers generally, yeah, all really helpful and all really sort of passionate about their areas.
I think everything that I learned on my undergraduate degree still stays with me now, even from year 1 through to year 3. The knowledge that I required through all of the lecturers, through meeting people on the course as well, has really got me to be where I am today. The relationships that you make with people, they support you, you learn off them, they learn off you, and I think that's really helped me in being where I am today.
It's really helpful to have that broad knowledge in my role now that I can relate back to the course, and that's just a real asset to my role now. Like I say, my role encompasses a lot of different areas of a club, and the role itself would do so in any organisation. So I think that broad role and that broad course that we did at Wolverhampton really helps in that manner.
Thanks to Vicky there and the graduates of the Institute of Sport. We're going to keep talking about student experience for a while now. The University of Wolverhampton, as we've said throughout the morning, puts students right at the heart of everything it does, and the student experience is vitally important to us. The student ambassadors, Stephen and Hannah, are still with me, and we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about what life is like when you are a student at the University of Wolverhampton. Hannah, you're an art student, you are part of the School of Art. Give me an idea of what life is like as an art student.
Well, it's at the George Wallace building, it's a real community. I mean, we do a lot of workshops together, being able to them scheduled in, but also being able to book them, having your own independent study time, being able to talk to technicians through email, but also face to face, and with the workshops that can be in any part of the building. So, for example, this year I was doing a bit of glass and ceramics, and that's what I've been doing.
So, and technicians and academics who are experts in their field are working artists themselves, and you have access to that kind of experience?
Yeah, it's been really helpful academically, like developing as a student, helping with dissertation, but also with the lecturers being artists in their own right. It's been helpful to see how I could develop myself as an artist and where I want to be in the future.
Fantastic. Stephen, you're a student in the Faculty of Science and Engineering. How have you found your course?
It's been quite nice. There's a nice blended learning experience between lectures, coursework, writing reports, and then most importantly practicals. We do get a lot of lab time within the lab. There is designated lab on the city campus, 4 floors with all the equipment that we could possibly think of. We do have the library on city campus as well, which has all the books and journal articles that we could need, as well as access to the online courses as well. We have GTAs, so graduate teaching assistants, who put on extra sessions if we're struggling with certain things like formula writing and essay writing and report writing technique, because within science and in article writing you have a specific way you need to write it, which students aren't used to, like particularly referencing. Referencing is really important, so we do get a lot of support that end, and it's just a nice course to be on. I'm quite like going to lectures and just watching.
Great stuff. Hannah, we talked about the personal approach as well with the staff at the university and how they look after the team. You have personal tutor as well as the academics on your course.
Yeah, with tutors, it's talking through the work that we want to do, developing our practice as an artist. Where do we want to be in the future as well as now? So this year was developing an installation for myself, and it was thinking about what materials could I use, what's not working, being able to talk to not only your tutor but also a group, your peers, and being able to talk to technicians again. It's development at the end of the day.
Fantastic. The university, of course, prides itself on being the university of opportunity, and hundreds of opportunities outside of your course as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's been competitions, opportunities to visit galleries, not only within local galleries, but also we visited the Venice Biennale, not last year, the year before. So being able to see artwork in a gallery as well as public artwork developing again, and the workshop has also been the workplace, has been really useful with applying for other opportunities that they've presented, so CVs and applications.
Fantastic. And you've been doing some work with the British Art Show as well?
Yeah, the opportunity came up last year to work with the British Art Show that will be showing in the George Wallace building in and around Wolverhampton. And I've been lucky to be taken onto the school programme where I'll be working with SEND schools, helping to promote the show and helping students get involved with more contemporary art.
Fantastic. British Art Show 9 will be in Wolverhampton from January 2022 for a number of months, and will be a shared project between the Wolverhampton Art Gallery and the School of Art in the city, and we're really excited to be welcoming that prestigious event to the university. Stephen, I believe you had an international placement as well.
Yes, so 2019 I had the opportunity to go and study in Prague and work in a lab for 2 months, where I was working with a PhD student on her project. It was funded by the Erasmus scheme, and the workplace helped me out to perfect my application and go. Made some friends for life, met some amazing colleagues. It opened up potential job opportunities in the future, so I do recommend that both new students and current students, I recommend getting in touch with the workplace and seeing if there are international placements available. I've had people go to America and study over there. I've had people go to Greece, Cyprus, all over Italy. So there's lots of opportunities available, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it really helped improve my course and life experience.
Fantastic. Talking about other areas of student life and life at the university, you live in halls at the university. How's that experience been, leaving home and coming and living on campus?
It's different. So like you do develop independence quite quickly, and even if you are quite an independent person, even if you are living with your parents or with whoever, it is a completely different thing. You've got to sort of fend for yourself almost, and the first week people always are scared of not making friends, but you do make friends relatively quickly. You sort of develop a sense of trust amongst your peers. So I was in ensuite, so I had a bathroom. I would thoroughly recommend ensuite. It is very beneficial, particularly on a late night. Yeah, it's a nice environment. I've got my desk, I've got my bed to sleep, I've got wardrobe space, I've got a shared kitchen. It's nice and open, and the university accommodation is literally a 5 to 10 minute walk from the main city. So if I have a 9 o'clock lecture, I can literally wake up at say 8:15, and I'll literally be there, or even later if I really want to.
I was going to say, that sounds like you've left yourself 15 minutes of plenty of time.
Exactly, yeah, maybe a bit later, yeah, yeah. But yeah.
Great, fantastic. Hannah, before we came back from the sports department, you were talking about the library and how useful that's been as a student.
Yeah, with being an art student, the university has an art department in the library, which I thoroughly recommend if you're an art student visiting, because there's some of the best books that I've ever read, and picking them up and really helped my course and developing again me as an artist and my practice, but also being able to talk to Tom Hicks, who's the art librarian, who is also an artist in his own right. And it's amazing to talk to someone with those skill sets. And
fantastic. And each department having their own librarians who are specialists in their area, working practitioners as well. It's really important for students to have access to that. As we come to the end of this segment, tips for people who are about to embark on student life. What would be your one piece of advice for them?
Get involved with as many opportunities as possible. Use the workplace, it's really beneficial, and use the library as well. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities and out there. So.
Fantastic. And Stephen, same question?
Yeah, don't panic. Spend your money wisely. Don't go spending loads and loads of books that you think you might need. Wait at least a couple of weeks into your course, and the lecturer will say, get this book, this book, this book, this book. Then go to the library. Don't go and buy those books. See if the library've got them first, because then you can have them up for a year, And then if you do want your own copy, then buy it yourself, but just enjoy it.
Fantastic. We're going to hear now from Matt Jones, who is a recent graduate of ours, who has some advice on people considering a change of career.
My name is Matt Jones, and I studied at the Wolverhampton University in Environmental Health Bachelor's, and now I'm a health and safety and food safety consultant for Southhalls in Solihull. My job role covers quite a lot, really. It's predominantly sort of health and safety background across numerous sectors, everything from food restaurants to steel manufacturing. It also covers a lot of the food safety and sort of environmental sustainability as well. So it brings in a lot of different disciplines, especially ones that I'd learned through as a basis through the degree. I'd worked as a chef for about 15 years, and I wanted to sort of a bit more work-life balance, and I actually ended up taking the plunge and going to an open day. Yeah, it was in person, it wasn't virtual. And I was inquiring about my options, and the course leader at the time sort of gave me the pros of doing a degree and the benefits, and ultimately I would say talked me into, or made me see a degree was a better option. And I saw it as a way to up my career, change my career completely, but still being a progressive and sort of a career that's you can achieve a lot more throughout the years. And the more you get, the more knowledge you get. So a good starting point for me. The lecturers were really sort of approachable. They're really enthusiastic about what they teach. And they also use their knowledge and their connections really to sort of bring in visiting lecturers as well, which will help as a foundation to our knowledge that we're learning. The facilities, they were great. You know, you've got obviously the gyms, you've got the lab work. I mean, myself, I managed to use the lab work as part of my final dissertation. So you've got everything there. You're not restricted. You know, if you've got an idea that might include sort of lab work, you can approach the lecturer and they will make it happen. The course that I was on, the environmental health course, they did a lot of field trips focused on obviously your course, but they weren't as academic heavy, if you know what I mean. It was a very nice way to put practical sense of what you've learned in the classroom. For instance, we went to Marston's Brewery, which sounds bizarre for an environmental health course, but it was all about health and safety in that respect. And so, yeah, I can't speak for other degrees and other disciplines, but for the environmental health course, it was definitely something that they pushed on in terms of getting yourself out there. You can only learn so much in a classroom. You have to be practical. There's a lot of things there that you can utilise, especially if you're a gym goer or you like to keep fit generally. When you come to uni, you've sort of got that option that you can, you know, go to the get to the gym before class and do whatever you need to do, and then so it integrates what you can do outside of uni into uni, which is really good because obviously time is of the essence, and especially for me, it was a bit like, well, you know, you've got to balance up the choice, haven't you, ultimately? So I really enjoyed being able to meet new people and really sort of test my knowledge on what I'm learning. And obviously, I've spent a hopeless amount of time in the Starbucks cafe. My personal opinion is that people go to uni and they're very dead set on, you know, the academic and getting their head down, which is great, which is what's needed. But don't miss the fact that it's an event in your life, and it's an experience. You know, when I started chefing, I never thought I'd have a degree. I thought I'd just cook and that's it. So just enjoy it, enjoy the social activities, and get into as much as you can. You know, if there's clubs and stuff, throw yourself at them. And from an academic point of view, I would say sort of, I think about sort of like your plan forward and your end game in terms of what's going to happen after uni. And that might sound like a lot to think about at the start of a degree. But for instance, I already had an idea of my dissertation when I started uni, and it evolved in such a way. And only last week I compared what I originally put and what I wrote, and they devolved in such a, it was completely two different ideas. So one, enjoy it, and two, always think ahead and always be proactive.
Great there to hear from one of our graduates. And we're going to continue our journey with graduates with the next segment as well. We're joined on Zoom by Ravnita, who is a graduate from the animation course at the School of Art. Morning, Ravnita, how are you?
Hi, morning. I'm good, thank you. How about yourself?
Good, very good. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about your course and your experience over the 3 years at the University of Wolverhampton?
Yes, so at school I studied art and design. And I always knew I wanted to get into the sort of creative field, whatever that be. And I'm actually from Wolverhampton, so I remember looking at different universities, and Wolverhampton was the one that sort of, it was one of the first around my area to offer animation. So I wanted to kind of elevate my skill set, and yeah, that seemed to be the one that sort of stood out for me. So I was happy to stay within the area, stay local, and yeah, I was excited to check it out. So.
Fantastic. We've been talking a lot this morning about the facilities at the university, and particularly at the School of Art. Can you tell us a little bit about the facilities for animation students?
Yeah, so it's a super chilled environment. It was, you know, the class was kind of, it was one of those that you kind of take your break in as well, because everyone's kind of helping each other out. And it's got, yeah, great resources, great help. The lecturers were super helpful. I was one of those students that asked like thousands of questions, overthinking things, but never did I ever feel like I didn't get the help and support that I needed. So, so yeah, I really want to go back to meet everyone again, to meet the lecturers again, because it was a great experience. Resources were like, it was, yeah, it was perfect.
Fantastic. What advice would you give to new students who are considering life at university to really get the most out of their course?
I really wish I told myself this back then, but don't panic and always ask for help. As I said, I was one of those people that would ask hundreds of questions out of panic, and I'm always presentations used to make me nervous, and I used to get anxiety, but my course leader, Emily Mantle, she really helped kind of ease that and make things a lot easier. And always ask your course leaders for help, because that's what they're there for, and just have fun with it, really.
Fantastic. And for anybody who's got any questions today, if you go to the webpage, those questions hopefully will be answered by somebody in one of the various rooms or chat boxes. Any favourite memories from your time on the course?
There's a few. I remember we went to Disneyland Paris, which was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. We went there it was for the 2D module, so it was to study character design, and what better place than Disneyland Paris. So that was a great experience. I also remember my course leader, they recommended me for the rep at the Birmingham Rep Theatre to do some animations for an upcoming show. So that was a great experience for me, because back then I had zero animation experience, so it was nice to see how it works in the real world. So that was great. And I also, me and a bunch of other students went to primary schools around the West Midlands to teach students a bit of basic animation, just so they had an idea of how it works, which was also really great, because yeah, teaching the younger generations that kind of exists and this is how it works, so that was great.
And where's your degree taking you? What are you doing now?
So while I was at uni, I was part-time as a content creator. And then that sort of happened for like a little while, and I was still doing like freelance creative stuff on the side. But then up until recently, I've become self-employed now, so I'm doing it full-time. So I've worked for like a number of brands doing animations and illustrations for them. And it's just a great experience because these are companies and brands that I've always looked up to, and to be working with them on a craft that I love so much and it's my passion, it's really great.
Fantastic. And how's your degree contributed to the work that you're doing now?
I wouldn't have worked with half of the names if it wasn't for my degree. It really helped build my portfolio. It helped with my confidence with working with people and working with names. You know, we used to have people come into the uni on our course and talk about their experience. So to relate to them and to know that this is how it actually works in the real world, it's really helped build my portfolio and build my confidence to be able to work with these people and do it full time. So it's really great.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Ravneeta. It's been great to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're going to have another go at having a look at the video from the Performance Hub to give you an idea of what goes on in this fantastic building that we are coming to you live from today. It was worth a shot. We may try and bring that video to you again before the end of the broadcast today, but we seem to be having all sorts of trouble with it. We've been here at the Warsaw Campus today, but of course the University of Wolverhampton is not just based in Warsaw and Wolverhampton, we're also in Telford and a number of other places. We're going to have a look now at the Wolverhampton and the Telford campus.
Hi, I'm Shaniel, a music student. Welcome to your University of Wolverhampton City Campus tour. Follow me. Here we are at the Courtyard, a £4 million investment designed by one of our very own graduate architect students. We run loads of events here such as student parties, international fairs and even an open air cinema. It's a great place to get involved. Here in the Millennium City building, you'll find the Institutes of Health, Psychology, Social Care and Information and Language Processing. The Ambika Port building is a hub for student activity. We have Careers and Enterprise, the Workplace, the Students' Union, a Santander Bank, a campus shop, a gym and the library for when you want to study quietly and on your own. Behind me is a shortcut to the Wolverhampton building, home to the Faculty of Science and Engineering's learning and teaching rooms. It's also home to the prestigious Chancellor's Hall, which holds ceremonies such as homecoming and graduation receptions. Within the Wolverhampton building is our Arena Theatre, a fantastic art space with a packed programme of music, comedy, drama and more. It's also at the centre of the university's annual celebration of the arts, Arts Fest. Named in honour of the brilliant mathematician and World War II codebreaker, the Alan Turing Building delivers our Faculty of Science and Engineering courses. The university will soon reveal its new Springfield campus in Wolverhampton. The £100 million project is transforming a 12-acre Grade 2 former brewery into an architecture and built environment super campus right here in the city. The Rosalind Franklin Building is a modern science facility named after the pioneering scientist. This recent £21 million development includes state-of-the-art laboratories, teaching and meeting rooms. If art is your passion, then welcome to the George Wallace Building, which is just a short walk across the Ring Road. The School of Art was established in 1851 and has been a shining light of the university ever since. Specialist facilities such as personal studio spaces allow students to explore their craft, and every year final year students can display their work in the degree show. Another addition to the city skyline is the Lord Suaj Paul building, named after our Chancellor. It's home to the university's business school and features contemporary teaching rooms and academic skills pods. As well as being home to the School of Humanities and various university services, the Houseman building includes pods and social learning spaces for both individual and group revision. Here we are in the Mary Seacole building, featuring the School of Social, Political and Historical Studies. It is also home of the Law School, featuring a mock courtroom, lecture theatres and teaching and learning spaces. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed your city campus tour. As you can see, it has so much to offer, such as its shuttle bus service between campuses, as well as the city's great links across the UK. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the University of Wolverhampton's Telford Innovation Campus. Follow me as I show you around. The Hutchison building is home to the library just upstairs for when it's time to crack open those books, as well as multi-faith prayer rooms for members of all beliefs. There's also the Common Room restaurant, as well as the Green Shoots Deli for when you want a snack in between lectures. The Derby building is home to the Faculty of Science and Engineering Student Services, so if you have any queries whatsoever, the team here will be happy to help. You'll find some of our most exciting developments here at Telford campus. For example, the university recently invested over £10 million improving new engineering facilities and equipment. Specialist kit includes flight and track simulators, as well as new workshops and 3 car bays. This is all in support of the engineering students who get to work on a Formula 3 racing car as part of their course. Have you got a great startup idea? Well, then you're in the right place. Telford Campus's E-Innovation Centre offers cost-effective solutions to brand new businesses, so start thinking about that brand new business idea right now. Telford Campus is home away from home for many of our international students. The International Academy here at Priorsey Hall offers support for those who need help with their English language proficiency. Don't forget, there's also the lounge and bar area for those students who want to relax. If you're planning to live on campus, then we've got you covered. Our accommodation offers over 140 great value ensuite rooms, as well as over 30 rooms with larger 3/4 beds, perfect for relaxation and study. Telford offers a rural and relaxed environment which is perfect for studying in. There are many transport links which take you straight into the city and beyond. Thank you very much for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed this tour.
The School of Performing Arts is a very exciting place to work and study. We offer a range of courses in music and music education, dance or dance science, drama or drama with QTS, popular music, acting, music technology, sound production and musical theatre. We welcome undergraduate, postgraduate and research students.
The building is absolutely fantastic. The floors, that's what attracted me to here, spring floors. You never hurt your feet in dance.
It's a fully Steinway school. We've got dance studios, drama studios. You've got all of the recording studios upstairs.
You have the black box theatre, you have plenty of rooms that you can book out, and there's always space for everyone.
We have SSL consoles, which are a world-leading manufacturer in mixing consoles. We have the Mac Lab.
Being part of the university and all the bands that it offers, it helps me to get that performing experience.
I never used to sing, I was never in a choir, and now I'm singing 2 choirs. It boosts your confidence massively.
I have been really pushed out of my comfort zones and found like new ways of exploring movements.
One of our key selling points is the breadth of subjects that we study within dance and the wider arts.
students devise theatre. So they get an opportunity to do things like cabaret shows, physical theatre shows, and a whole range of different modes of performance.
We're bringing together lots of different strands of musicians, not just pop musicians, but technologists, classical musicians, and people from the wider arts. And that's a really big selling point for what we do.
The level of teaching with the teaching staff, the experience that they bring forward, and they're all active members of their research and their practical field. That was a big selling point for me.
We work with lots of regional, national and international partners, composers, theatre directors, choreographers. We bring them here into the Performance Hub to work with our students, or our students go out on placement to work in lots of different contexts. They get to perform in the Black Box Theatre here in the Performance Hub, out in
Arts here on the Warsaw Campus. How are you doing today, Sarah?
I'm very well, thank you.
Brilliant. So, School of Performing Arts, it's quite a big umbrella, so to speak. Could you tell us a little bit more about what that entails, what's under that umbrella?
Absolutely. So we have a number of core subject areas. They are music, popular music and music technology. We also have courses in musical theatre, in acting, dance and drama. They're the umbrella terms that house all of our courses, so they're the key subject disciplines.
Okay, brilliant. So I imagine with those subject disciplines, there's going to be a lot of facilities, that cater for those. I mean, we're sat here in this wonderful purpose-built building. Could you tell us a little bit more about those facilities and how, this building itself offers so much for students?
Of course. The Performance Hub is a purpose-built facility for the School of Performing Arts. It's housed on the Warsaw Campus, right next to the halls of residence and other facilities on campus too. It opened in 2011. It's a 3-floor building and houses some superb industry standard facilities. So on the ground floor we have a black box theatre with rehearsal studios all housed around the theatre. The first and second floors are dance, drama, acting studios. And all of those floors are sprung floors to allow our dance students to perform and rehearse as well. Then on the third floor we have some outstanding music facilities. We have 2 recording studios and live rooms, 2 Mac labs, and of course the equipment that's housed in all those rooms is industry standard. We're really proud that we're an all-Steinway school, so there are 28 plus pianos all around the Performance Hub, each one is a Steinway.
Brilliant. So that's quite a lot for students and quite an attractive offer for them. And on the topic of preparations, I guess, so you've covered a bit about what the experience is like for students here, how they learn, the facilities. How do you prepare them for going out into the world of work after life at university?
Well, we have really, really good relationships with our key employers. And where possible, our courses are professionally accredited. And we work with employers to make sure our curriculum is designed to equip students with the skills that they will need in the workplace. And as a result of that, we have some outstanding graduate employment rates in the school. Of our 11 subject areas, 9 of them achieved 100% graduate employability the last 2 to 3 years. And I put that down to the professional pathways that we open to students. So it may be that you, for example, take an acting or drama course. We always ensure there's an applied strand within that. So if it is that you would prefer to go into teaching or community practice, then our curriculum is designed around that eventuality. We have students who go on to be performers, who work in education, who go into work in arts, marketing and branding. And our courses are designed for that maximum flexibility. So rather than train students for one eventuality, we open up their graduate employment opportunities throughout the course to allow them to specialise in these professional pathways as they spend their 3 years. In addition to the core curriculum, we offer instrumental and vocal sessions as well, and students can train on a one-to-one basis with a professional tutor. We have numerous performance opportunities in the Performance Hub, at the Arena Theatre in Wolverhampton and out on placement. So all of our students have the opportunity to perform in professional venues at several points throughout their course, and to work out in the community in different contexts. And performance events at the Hub are really, really special. So we have a bar in the foyer, we promote and sell our performances beforehand to ensure that students are performing to sell out audiences. And we also have opportunities for students to go on extended work placement and to also go abroad to see how performance and the performance industry works across the pond. So every 2 years our students will go to the US and meet professionals in New York, for example. So we have lots of placement and external opportunities for our students, which we build into their curriculum at People.
Brilliant. And with that offering, I imagine it takes a dedicated teaching body. Could you tell us a little bit about the teaching body and how they work with students and how they deliver all that the school has to offer?
Absolutely. The staff in the School of Performing Arts are a superb bunch of individuals. We have professional practitioners, researchers, people who know their industry and pass their skills on to students appropriately. So, for example, we have professional directors, choreographers, composers, and their practice enhances our curriculum quite significantly. We have researchers who are known in their field internationally. The school was even asked to go to the United Nations last year to present some of our research. So we have a really good body of staff who are researchers and practitioners, and they use that knowledge to inform the curriculum. So all of our teaching is either research-led or led by professionals.
Brilliant. That sounds like an amazing offer.
It is.
Well, finally, we were able to bring you all of that video. It was really fantastic to see the facilities that are available here at the Performance Hub on the Walsall Campus for all of our performing arts students at the University of Wolverhampton. The chat rooms, the Zoom sessions, they continue right through till 2 o'clock today. So go to the website wlv.ac.uk/Open Day Live to find all the information for the sessions that you can join for the rest of the day. One of the commitments of the University of Wolverhampton is to make sure that students have access to the very best facilities, the best learning environments for them. And a new area that we have opened to continue that legacy is the Marches Centre of Excellence in Health, Allied Health and Social Care, which has just opened at our Telford campus. We're going to have a look at these new facilities right now.
Hello and welcome to the Social Care House, which will be used by social care students at the Marches Centre of Excellence for Health and Social Care here in Telford. I'm joined today by Rachel Good, who is the Acting Head of Social Care. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you. Hi.
And by Will Moore, who is the Student Transitions Teacher. Welcome, Will.
Thank you.
And we're here to talk through how these new facilities will benefit students studying social care. So Rachel, we've had a look round today. What do you think of the new facilities?
Facilities are fantastic. We're really excited about them and we're really looking forward to welcoming students into the facilities. to study their housing and social care degree and some of the other courses that we've got being delivered here.
And we're in the social care flat. What would be an example of something that students would do in this space?
Well, we're looking at developing the students' core practical skills, and that might be around their key communication skills and their relationship skills, because social care is around working with people. It's about supporting people with care and support needs. So there's lots of different types of scenarios that we may set up. It might be a professionals meeting, it may be a meeting with a family, so we're talking to the family, and as well as helping the student develop their key skills, their interpersonal skills, we'll be looking at helping the student develop their professional skills.
And Will, how do you think this will benefit social care students having this space to learn in?
So I think this is just going to be brilliant in allowing the students to complement what goes on with the sort of more traditional classroom learning, and that's really, really important in social care because, as you know, Rachel said, it's about going out and working with people, and so them having that space to practice those practical skills is really, really important, and it's all about making them ultimately more employable when they leave us as graduates and go on to have successful careers.
I think that they can learn skills here, but they're obviously learning sort of skills around confidence as well, which will benefit them in all aspects of their life as they go off into their careers. Is that something that we'll be working on?
Absolutely, and I think that's something we try to embed anyway in our teaching. So this just really allows us to allow the students the space to develop that themselves. And you know, we were talking earlier about the sort of social spaces that there is upstairs and the breakout rooms. And for us in our teaching, that's brilliant as well because, you know, it allows us to embed different teaching styles to meet different learners' needs, which is just, you know, really exciting for me, you know, in terms of teaching the students.
So how will that sort of benefit interdisciplinary professional work between social care and other healthcare courses?
Health and social care do sort of come as a package, and multidisciplinary working is really, really important in social care. So again, it's just preparing our students for what they're going to face when they go out into employment.
Well, it sounds like we're giving our students the best possible start, and the facilities are just amazing for them to start their career journey with us. So thank you, Rachel, and thank you, Will, for your time. Thank you.
So undertaking the postgrad certificate and then the diploma at Wolverhampton in particular really had a really positive impact in terms of my professional confidence and my ability. It really helped me to network with colleagues that I still keep in touch with, those colleagues, professional colleagues, and that some of those have become friends over the years. It gave me real good knowledge and real analytical skills in terms of working at master's level, and some really good clinical skills actually that I use within that clinical field. I think the fantastic new facilities particularly at Telford, but across each of the university sites, really gives an opportunity for new students coming into university life, starting as a new student kind of from school, from colleges, etc. But it also offers professional roles and people who are already well into careers, as I was when I undertook my PGCE. To access those environments, and actually in those safe environments, and to meet other people, to be exposed to other professions and professional groups, and to work in safe spaces in simulated environments. I think it's a massive opportunity. I think to make the most out of your university experience, it is about working hard. It's about putting the hours in and really kind of understanding what you're doing, you know, using the opportunities a much wider experience, so network, meet other people, meet other colleagues, and you know that those networks stay with you for many, many years, and also that the university is always there. I've worked in Wolverhampton for the past few years, and just seeing the growth in the university and recognising, you know, the real kind of modern style that the university has. You know, it's there for all of us really throughout our professional lives.
My name's Leo Davis. I work at Sandwell Critical Care. I studied adult nursing at the university. I'm also currently studying adult critical care nursing at the university. So I actually needed to do this degree to actually get into nursing. So essentially it gave me the opportunity to go ahead and do the job that I've always pretty much wanted to do. I think really the reason why I think it's actually good that the university has invested in the new facilities at Telford is because it will bring more students on board, and also it's a lot newer, and also it has a lot of technology, which I think is really important for the students of today, essentially. So it is actually really important for us to have like essentially new and up-to-date equipment to practice on. It's more realistic for actually when we go out into practice, it actually fits what we're actually doing. So it's actually really important for us to have the best advice I'd give to anyone basically trying to or going to embark on a going to Wolverhampton University is definitely have fun. I think I'd definitely say university has a lot of leisure things and facilities that can be used, i.e. like their gyms and stuff, and essentially just go out there, have fun, enjoy yourself, and also put what you want out of it in, essentially. So whatever you put in, you'll get it back tenfold.
Great there to see the new Marches Centre in Telford. We hope you've found this stream useful this morning and you've had an insight into the life of a student at the University of Wolverhampton as part of this Open Day Live. It's been great to come from the Performance Hub in Walsall, and we hope you've found some use. The sessions are continuing for the next couple of hours. So if you have questions, there are sessions running for various courses. If you go to the website wlv.ac.uk/Open Day Live, you can find all the links for the sessions which are running up until 2 o'clock today. But at that page as well, you'll be able to find ways that you can ask questions at any time. So any questions you have about the University of Wolverhampton, the courses that are available, applying through clearing, any of the questions that may come up over the next few weeks for you as you look towards September and joining us at the university, you'll be able to find the answers to those questions through the webpage at wlv.ac.uk/Open Day Live. This has been really fun to bring this to you this morning, and as the sun's starting to beat down on the building and it's getting warmer, we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're going to finish up by having a look at another of the university's brand new building, the Springfield Center at the City Campus. Let's have a look at that and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you very much.
£100 million investment by the University of Wolverhampton, regenerating and reanimating an historic 12-acre inner-city site.
The Springfield campus epitomises what's happening across the West Midlands.
Trying to make sure that we develop the skills and the knowledge base for the future, focusing on construction.
A former Wolverhampton brewery is to be redeveloped.
It's terrible. It's horrible to see it like this. I see it's going to be kept alive.
I think this is an absolutely unique opportunity.
Really excited about the new scheme that's coming up at Springfield.
It's very exciting that we will have some of our graduates developing solutions that are sustainable and cost-effective for the development.
That is what this campus is about. Let's bring it all together as part of the university opportunity.
Where there's spring, there's life.
you.